Hello, my name is Alexio, and today we're going to be talking about Madison Beer. Madison Beer recently released her new single called Yes Baby, and the release of this song has reignited an online debate about the reasons why Madison hasn't yet reached mainstream success. A couple years ago, I made a video called Why Isn't Madison Beer Bigger? And in that video, I listed off a bunch of reasons on why I think Madison isn't more popular. And one of the main things that I brought up was Madison's branding, or lack thereof. That was in 2023, and flash forward a couple years later, people are still discussing whether or not Madison needs a rebrand or an image change. It's gotten to the point to where even Madison herself has caught wind of these discussions and conversations. And this is what she had to say about it recently.
A lot, and there was a lot of people online specifically that were very, she needs a rebrand in order to be mainstream successful. And there was definitely some weeks that I was like, okay, how can I do this? Because, I really want, this music deserves to be mainstream successful and people. And I wanted to make sure that I also really listen to your feedback, and I love listening to you guys. But the more I thought about it, the more, and people are going to definitely clip this and disagree with it and be like, girl, this is why you're not, whatever. But my message, and this is honestly applies to anything you do in your life, is do it your way and be who you are. And I am so proud of this music that my whole thing was if I have to dye my hair a different color and cut it all off and do everything differently, then what is the point? It felt kind of just I get it, and I understand the whole branding of it all, but for me, the music speaks for itself. And I like my hair a certain way. I like my makeup a certain way. I like things the way I like them, and I want to be someone that hopefully people out there can, people who actually know me. I know the general public doesn't view me in this light, but you guys who really do know me, I hope you guys can look at me and be she always was just like her.
Her response to all the discourse around her brand has led to even more discourse, and it has split people into two camps. One that believes that she won't make it without a rebrand, and one that believes that she doesn't need one and that she's fine as is. I am personally somewhere in the middle because both sides are making some great points. I completely understand what Madison is saying about not wanting to change herself to appease the general public, because the GP is honestly very flip-floppy. One moment they want you to change everything about yourself, and the next they want you to go back to what you were doing before. And like this one Twitter user pointed out, there is definitely a double standard when it comes to branding in the industry. Some of the biggest male artists out right now don't have to rebrand, and they don't have to switch up their sound or their style to sell, because they themselves are the brand. They can just show up as themselves and still sell. But with women, there's this requirement and this expectation that they must dye their hair, change their wardrobe, and completely change their sound every single era so that they can appeal to a large audience, or else they'll be labeled as boring. That is a real issue for sure, and that is a valid reason for not wanting to rebrand. But on the opposite side, some people would argue that a rebrand, or at least creating a distinguishable brand, is necessary for Madison if she wants mainstream success. Just look at the other pop girls like Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, or Chappell Roan. The three of them only really popped off when they found a signature look, style, and a sound that separated them from their peers. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter was at it for years, releasing albums back to back with no recognition, until she found a signature style and a sound that people resonated with. It's why when she got her own Fortnite skin, her avatar had on a sequined heart-shaped top, skirt, and boots combo. Sabrina made that Polly Pocket look her entire thing, and she stuck with it. And now, if someone wants to dress up like her for Halloween, they can just copy that look, and other people will instantly realize who they're trying to be. To make it big in the industry, you kind of have to commodify yourself and put on a costume. You have to be digestible enough to appeal to a mass audience, but you also have to be interesting enough to grab attention. And sometimes, you even have to put on a persona, or be the complete opposite of who you are. It's sad and it's fucked up, but that's just how the industry works. And if Madison wants to make it big, she's gonna have to play the game and do a few of those things. But there are ways that she can build a brand without having to change herself, and she can keep it authentic to her. But if she doesn't want to, that's fine too. Not everyone wants to have Taylor Swift or Beyonce levels of fame. Some people are comfortable in the middle. Those were my thoughts, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Madison needs a rebrand? Or do you think that she'll be just fine without one? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye!